All right, determining types of functions. So we've already dealt with several types of functions, some of which you saw in Algebra 1, but we just need a quick review on those types of functions. So first one obviously is a linear function. So something that looks linear. Has a degree of a polynomial of 1, and it looks something like y equals x plus 5. The degree of a polynomial is always the largest exponent that polynomial has. Okay. So the other type that we would have is quadratic. Has a degree of 2. Looks like y equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. Next we would have a cubic equation, which has a degree of 3. And looks like y equals x cubed plus 1. You can have any number of degrees in a polynomial function, 4, 5, 27, whatever. You can have all of that. This exponent here will always match them right there. Okay? So if we have what we just got done doing in our last module, exponential. So if you have something that has a degree of x, so it looks like y equals 2 to the x power. Okay. Logarithmic function. And that's actually when your degree is y, because that is inverse of an exponential function, of course. So if you have something like log of 2 to the x. Okay. Log of 2x equals y, where y is your exponent. Last one we have, which is really not a degree, but it's a function that we need to know what it looks like, is going to be an absolute value function. And those can have any degree that you want, but those are something that look like this. Y equals the absolute value of x. And those functions, we'll go in the side over here and write in what all these functions look like. So linear equations are a straight line. Quadratic or a parabola. Cubic look like something like that. Exponential looks something like that. Logarithmic looks like that. And absolute value is the V-shaped. Okay? So you should be able to look at the type of, at the degree in a function and be able to determine what type of function that is. So for number 7, I want you to go through these 8 functions and determine what the degree is and determine which type of function it is. And when I say type of function, I mean linear, quadratic, cubic, whatever. Any of those choices that you have from above. Okay? Come back and check your work. So number 7, we have a degree of 3. So this is going to be a cubic equation. Number 8, your x is the exponent at that point, so this is an exponential equation. Here on number 9, we have 5r squared minus 80. Our degree is 2, which means that is a quadratic function. And just so that we help, this looks like something like this. Exponential is going to look like that. Quadratic is going to look like that. This is a log function. That question is something that looks very similar to what you just had on your midterm. So that's a function that's going to look like this with an asymptote, right? So that's a logarithmic function. Number 11, 2x plus 4 has a degree of 1, so that is linear. So that's just going to be a straight line. Number 12, y equals 2x squared plus 13x minus 70. That is quadratic. So that's going to be a parabola again. 2 over x minus 3. That's what this should look like. So that should be 2 over x minus 3. So think about that for a minute. If you plug in values, let's use really easy values, that's going to involve an asymptote. Because if I put 0 in for x, 0 minus 3, or excuse me, is negative 3. So that would be fine. I've got that. If I plug in 3 for x right here, I have 3 minus 3. Well, that's 0, and I can't divide anything by 0. So at x equals 3, I'm going to have an asymptote. Okay, so in this graph, it's going to have an asymptote at x equals 3. And so 0 would give us 0 and negative 2/3, right about there. If we put in 1, we would have 2 over negative 2, which is 1. So it's going to look something like that. Okay? And again, this is logarithmic. And so that's going to look like that. Okay? So that's it for that section.